Hey, welcome back to Ernie Racing News. Today we're talking about the meeting in Davos, the annual World Economic Meeting. And when you have a meeting with a bunch of globalists, a bunch of WEF globalists, they need to protect themselves. Of course they do, right? And even though Trudeau has banned handguns and is trying to ban all guns in Canada, essentially, as many as he can, so nobody can stand up to his future tyrannical measures. We can only imagine what's in the pipeline with his WEF associates. But the Swiss Army starts securing deployment ahead of the World Economic Forum. So 10 days before the 2023 annual WEF, the military has begun work on security installations, and Defense Ministry said on Friday. Like every year, the military is supporting the civilian authorities in Canton Graubünden in preparation for the major event. It notes that the Swiss parliament renewed approval for 5,000 members of the Swiss Army to guarantee the security of some of the 3,000 WEF participants for the 2022 to 2024. So it's a multi-level or multi-year deal. The high-level event attracts wealthy, high-profile business and political figures from around the world, along with academics and other leaders of society. Last year's edition was attended by likes of U.S. climate envoy John Kerry, Microsoft mogul, Microsoft asshole Bill Gates. If you guys are curious, Bill Gates is not the genius that you think that invented DOS or Windows. If you look into it, he actually was just pretty much stole the technology, stole it, and screwed over his business partner. So take a look at that. This guy is not some. We all used to think he was just some smart guy who invented DOS and Microsoft. No, he is just ruthless. Business stealing, things I can't even say on here. Current U.S. President Joe Biden will not attend this year's event, the U.S. Embassy in Bern said on Friday, but Washington is sending a high-level delegation, including Kerry. The Democrats, right, their little niche with sending John Kerry. There may also be some protests against the event, as in the past. The town of Davos has received 2 official requests for permission to demonstrate against the WF town clerk Michael Straub told Swiss news agency Keystone SD on Friday. One is from the Socialist Youth of Graubünden, which intends to demonstrate on January 15th in the town hall square. So let's take a look at what else we got. So for those that don't know the actual dates, the WEF takes place from January 16th to the 20th for those 3,000 participants expected. The theme of this year's WEF summit is Cooperation in a Fragmented World. As has been the case in past years, anti-WEF protests are expected. Yes. I can note that the 2 official protests are actually sanctioned and submitted by left-wing anti-capitalist organizations, like I mentioned before, the Socialist Youth, and the second is Strike WEF, which is planning a march protesting capitalism, global inequality, and for most, more active intervention on what they perceived as the climate crisis. So it's controlled. It's no opposition. It's controlled protest. It's pushing their agenda, pushing their narrative. It's absolutely bullshit. That's no protest at all. It's just their own groups outside. Hey, let's take over the protest segment as well. Well, guys, to summarize, Trudeau is banning guns in Canada, yet they are able to have 5,000 armed gunmen to protect these WEF. So if this was a globalism unilateral, then nobody should have guns, including the WEF security and police. Is this like Demolition Man, where the police don't have guns, nobody has guns except for what was it, Sam, or whatever the character is on Demolition Man? So it's guns for all, guns for none. Nope, that's not the case at all. The tyrannical and the organizations can have guns to control the citizens, and the citizens will not have guns to defend themselves. This is Ernie Racing News, January 15th.